We're off property. That's what the final week of training is all about. We're with Tommy, working on heel. So everything that he learned in the training room, in our driveway, in the backyard, in the court, we take it out into public now. We're proofing the commands under distraction. So being in a new place is distracting enough, even if there aren't any people around. Striking out with the people, but that's okay. We're gonna walk by the park. Look at this heel position. Walking at the left side nicely, no pulling. He stepped on your shoe. He's so close, he stepped on your shoe. Stops when Josh stops. This is huge. Remember back to drop off? Lunging, pulling, all over the place. We just want a nice, polite walk. Yes, hound dogs can walk without constantly sniffing. The beauty of our training is that now he has the skills to be able to sniff when he's released and you're not constantly being dragged down.
This is going to be his first
Duration walk
somewhere
off
completely
property.
new. What I'm looking for is, he's not really doing big mistakes anymore at this point, so I'm looking for small ones. So if I start to slow down and he goes, whoop, that's his mistake.
Correction there.
There's a
Yep.
correction there. So you see what it gets me? He's starting to remedy that. See? I just kind of turn my foot sideways so that he bumps into me if he doesn't pay attention. Look. Bumps right into me, and then there's a correction. But then watch how obvious it makes it to him after a few of those. Good boy. Yeah, it's a spot. That's the sweet spot. That's my boy.
You see how we're creating?
So that's what we're looking at.
We're creating that heel position that we like. He's not going to give it to us for free. We've got to create and maintain.
And the leash is never tight. I don't really talk about the leash much in these videos usually, but it's never tight. The only time it's tight is if he's out of position and there's a correction following it. So it's loose, 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 and if he does something wrong, it goes tight and then followed by the e-collar. So he learns to keep the sensation of the leash turned off by not pulling. So right here, there's no leash pressure. But if he starts to go out, he'll start to feel that tug on that leash. And if he doesn't slow down, right? So theoretically, I should be able to walk him with 2 fingers and move him around because he's going to listen to that leash now. Very nice.
All right, we're going to walk by the park here. There's some people at the picnic table. There's some kids running around the park. Remember, we want Tommy to remain passive and prioritize Josh, the handler.
Very good. So I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, he feels good. Who trained this dog?
Check here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the leash that's keeping him, but I do want to show you here. If you were to take your dog and you were to say, go back a little bit, like Tommy just did, good boy, but they don't, and they could continue to do this, correction, right? So they learn don't pull. Before they come here, they learn pulling means gas. Pulling means this is how I get to where I'm going, you know? Now it means if you pull, you're going to get corrected. And if you follow, that's how we move forward, okay? A little sloppy. When I start to notice he gets a little sloppy, he checked in on himself here and he got himself together. But look, a little close, I set up a correction. So I want my dogs to be tight. If I feel like they're messing with the boundary here, I'm going to set something up to see if they're paying attention, catch them off guard and correct them. It's called tightening up. I want to run a tight ship so I'm not flustered every walk, right? I want to get to the point where this is easy for me. And that means up front, I'm putting in the work, I'm putting in the work. So when he gets home, you put in the work. When he gets home, there's a couple
Correction for
there.
sniffing.
Honestly, those corrections weren't firm enough. I think I went at a number I thought would be firm enough, and it wasn't. I wanted to see a little bit more of a serious tone from him. He went down to sniff something, disengaged. Those are those moments right now. I'm going after the little moments. I call those little moments. The big moments are pulling on a leash, pulling after a dog, barking, all those big movements. We've already dealt with that. Now we're at little stuff like this. But we're taking that seriously to tighten it up. Because if I don't tighten up those little things, then they'll go back to the big things. So they'll just be pushy. You gotta remember, he's 9 months, okay? So there's adult dogs that can't do any of this. They can't wait at the door. No. So he got corrected for that. So now this is an ultimatum now. Now we have a situation where he wants to go in, and I said no. This is life lessons.
How funny,
So now I'm
because he
sitting
came
here.
here not wanting to go in. He wouldn't jump in a car.
And I said, good boy.
So funny.
I said, good boy. So the reason I said good boy is because he was chill. His eyes were soft, and he was kind of submitting. I said, good boy. It reassured him. He sat. Good. No attitude there. See that face? That's not attitude. Okay. Good boy. Tommy. Break. Good boy, Cat.
Right in.